call its shadow docket. And as viewers of this show know well, quote, unless the justices move quickly, the trial could be pushed into the heart of the 2024 campaign or even past the election. And that is where we start today with Politico national correspondent Betsy Woodruff-Swan, plus former U.S. attorney and co-host of the #Sisters-in-Law podcast, Joyce Vance. And back with me at the table, MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin. Lisa, to say that time is of the essence here, a bit of an understatement. Your sense of when Jack Smith gets his
Probably before the end of the week for a couple of reasons. Okay. One, the justices have a date on their calendar at the end of the week that's expressly marked off as a non-argument day and a conference day. That means that's going to be, at the very least, a day where the justices get together and talk about cases that they could hear or other pending applications. If you're Jack Smith, because a reply from Donald Trump is not called for here, you want to get that brief in potentially before that conference and allow the justices an opportunity to potentially act on Donald Trump's stay motion by the end of the week. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will, but that they could.
Well, you talked to me about what could happen. What else could happen? How could this play out once that's in?
They could order a reply brief from Trump, or Trump asks for a reply. They could take their time and wait until the deadline and then hold it over until they're ready to make a decision. You know, I looked at some past stay applications involving Donald Trump, and one of the analogs that I found is in the case where Trump was litigating with the January 6th committee over his assertion of executive privilege. That's a case where he both asked for the Supreme Court to do its review and asked for a stay pending their decision on certiorari simultaneously. So that makes it a little bit different than this. But in that case, those petition and the motion were filed on December 23rd, 2021. The court made its decision, I believe, a little bit less than a month later. So again, if that passed as prologue, even though there's a week deadline here, we could have an up or down answer on the stay itself within 3 to 4 weeks, even if, as in the executive privilege case I'm talking about, the court didn't decide the cert question until 4 weeks later.
Joyce,